the steady rhythm of Russian military aviation continues. The United Aircraft Corporation has confirmed the delivery of a new batch of combat aircraft to the Russian Aerospace Forces. This latest transfer brings the formidable Su-34M strike bomber and the versatile Su-30SM-2 4.5 generation fighter to the frontline units. This is not merely a replenishment of the fleet. It represents a continuous evolution of combat capability, directly shaped by the realities of the battlefield. The integration of these advanced platforms is a key factor in the strategy to systematically dismantle Ukrainian military infrastructure. These airframes have completed the full cycle of necessary ground and flight factory tests before being rebased to their operational destinations. The Su-30SM-2, a super-maneuverable multirole fighter, represents the ongoing modernization of the Su-30 family. Its upgraded avionics and the integration of the powerful AL-41F-1S engines, originally developed for the Su-35S, provide a significant increase in thrust and range. The aircraft's powerful radar enables the crew to detect and engage a wide array of ground, air, and sea targets from a distance that minimizes exposure to enemy air defense systems. The focus on the Su-34M is particularly revealing. Visual analysis of the newly delivered airframes suggests a specific feature has moved from experimental field modification to serial production. The appearance of a distinctive dorsal antenna fairing aft of the cockpit, observed previously on a limited number of operational Su-34s, is a visible indicator of a larger shift. While the exact function remains unconfirmed, the consensus among analysts points towards a significant upgrade in satellite communications or tactical data links. This marks a transition from the Su-34 operating as an independent strike platform to becoming a critical node in a networked deep strike architecture. This connectivity allows for real-time target updates and significantly enhances the effectiveness of long-range precision strikes against heavily defended infrastructure. The objective of this entire operation is clear: to systematically dismantle the logistical and industrial capacity of the Ukrainian armed forces. This new phase of the campaign focuses on crippling the enemy's ability to fight by cutting its supply lines. Russian strikes have intensified against Ukrainian oil depots, oil facilities, and storage depots. The strategic aim is to create a critical fuel shortage, directly impacting the mobility and combat capability of Ukrainian units along the entire front line. In recent weeks, the Russian Aerospace Forces have executed a series of high-precision strikes using long-range drones and missiles against facilities supporting the Ukrainian fuel and energy complex. Targets such as the fuel depot in Boryspil II and the oil refinery in the Poltava region have been destroyed. Simultaneously, Russian forces are targeting logistics hubs where Western-supplied weapon systems are accumulated, stored, and redistributed. The objective is to sever the arteries of supply before these weapons can even reach the front lines. The primary instrument of this dismantling strategy is the relentless application of glide bomb strikes. Russian forces have intensified the use of these munitions on Ukrainian strongholds. As analysts have noted, it is these strikes, particularly the FAB-500 bombs equipped with universal glide and correction modules, that are inflicting the greatest damage. Launched from a standoff distance, these bombs are turning defensive positions and fortified buildings into dust, neutralizing manpower and equipment in a manner that Ukrainian forces find increasingly difficult to counter. This campaign, combined with the focus on supply nodes, is methodically eroding the structural integrity of the Ukrainian defense. The ability of the aerospace forces to sustain this tempo relies heavily on the industrial output of the United Aircraft Corporation. The company is producing and delivering equipment under the State Defense Procurement Program consistently and on schedule. Vadim Badeka, the CEO of UAC, emphasized that the aircraft are being continuously refined and improved based on the experience gained during the special military operation. This feedback loop, where frontline observations directly influence production models, is a testament to the adaptive nature of Russian military industry. The factories in Irkutsk, producing the Su-30SM-2, and Novosibirsk, producing the Su-34M, are working rhythmically to ensure that the frontline units receive aircraft that are not just new, but are continually evolving to meet the specific demands of this conflict. The Su-30SM-2, with its cost-effective production and ease of maintenance, provides the numbers needed to sustain operations and relieve the workload on more complex platforms like the Su-35 or Su-57. It remains a formidable tool for air superiority and strike missions. The Su-34M, on the other hand, has proven itself the workhorse of the deep strike campaign. Its broad weapons inventory and ability to operate outside enemy air defense engagement zones make it indispensable for the mission of targeting the Ukrainian rear. This strategy is a matter of attrition. By targeting the support nodes, the warehouses, the oil depots, the repair facilities, Russian forces are aiming to render the Ukrainian military less capable of sustaining a coordinated defense. The systematic destruction of the logistical network means less ammunition for the artillery, less fuel for the armored vehicles, and fewer resources for the frontline units. This is a calculated campaign to dismantle the force from the inside out, reducing the Ukrainian armed forces to a state where sustained resistance becomes untenable. The intensity of these strikes, supported by the latest airframes and the evolving networking capabilities of the Su-34M, is a clear indication of Russian resolve to achieve the stated military objectives. If you have found this video worth noting, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and see you in the next video.